Hello and welcome back to everybody on the Football Zone and to a midweek review, reviewing all of the Premier League games from this past week, and starting off with a big game down the bottom. Wolves 1, West Ham 0. Wolves probably all but securing survival here with a big 1-0 win over West Ham, and it was Larson with a goal in the 21st minute. He's been in fine form lately, and yeah, to be honest, it's quite an even game, not a lot to separate the two sides, not the greatest game you've ever seen, but big win for Wolves. They needed it more, but for West Ham, disappointing run under Graham Potter continues, but Wolves, yeah, you think they're very much getting towards safety now. Moving on into Arsenal 2, Fulham 1 at the Emirates, and it was Mourinho who gave them the lead in the 37th minute, and just after coming on, after his long return from injury, Bukayo Saka scored. A great moment for him. Fulham got a late consolation goal in stoppage time, but Arsenal held on, got the win, and yeah, pretty comfortable win in the end for Arsenal. They'll be absolutely delighted with that. Big win for them. Obviously, they're not really paying for a whole lot at the moment. It seems like their season's pretty much done except for the Champions League. But yeah, Fulham is a damaging loss for their European hopes, undoubtedly. Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester United 0 was the score at the City Ground as Forest's dream season continued. It wasn't Forest's best performance, to be honest. Manchester United dominated a lot of the game, had great chances in the end, but in the end, Forest got the win. It was the 5th minute through Alanga who got the goal. Obviously, the old United man, and yeah, their dream season continues. They're looking very good for a Champions League space now, aren't they, really? And then, of course, you've got Manchester United, disappointing season continued, 13th, and yeah, it's just hard to see them getting any higher, isn't it, to be honest. Moving on into St Mary's, and it was Southampton 1, Crystal Palace 1. Heartbreak for Southampton this. Onuachu in the 20th minute gave them the lead, and then it looked like they were going to hold on, but no, 92nd minute, Franco equalised for Palace, and yeah, devastating one for Palace. Palace didn't really offer too much in this game considering they were behind for a while. Southampton probably deserved to win, but in the end, the way Southampton's season's going, of course they were going to concede at the end, and of course they've still got more work to do if they want to avoid becoming the worst team in Premier League history. But for Palace, not at their best. I think they'll be disappointed, even though they did nick a point at the end. Moving on into Newcastle 2, Brentford 1 at St James's Park, and it was Isak in first half stoppage time giving Newcastle lead before Mbeumo equalised for a spot, and then a weird goal. I think Tonali to 70% cross, 30% shot. Yeah, very weird goal in the 74th minute, seeing the win for Newcastle. And yeah, to be honest, Brentford had quite a lot of chances in this game. Newcastle probably weren't at their best, but in the end got it through. Big win for them. They've already got their European place secured for the cup win, but looking to make it an even higher competition. Man City returned to winning ways with a 2-0 win over Leicester. It was Grealish in the 2nd minute and Marmoush in the 29th minute, and yeah, a comfortable win for the Man City here. It could have really been even more. Leicester just so poor, just sat back, didn't offer anything. And you know, they're doomed, aren't they, under Ruud van Nistelrooy? But for Man City, yeah, a pretty comfortable win. They'll be absolutely delighted with that. Moving on up, and still looking to get into the Champions League places. Moving on then to Brighton 0, Aston Villa 3 at the Amex. A huge win this for Aston Villa. Marcus Rashford in the 51st minute giving the lead. Brighton then thought they equalised, but had a goal disallowed for handball, and then Asensio and Milan scored the goals for Villa to put the game out of doubt. And yeah, Villa were just clinical here. I don't think there was a huge amount between the two chances. Villa maybe created slightly more big chances and whatever. But yeah, I mean, they were clinical, took their chances, and that's a huge win for them as they look to continue to build towards Europe. Moving on into Bournemouth 1, Ipswich 2, and yeah, it's a shame to see, but Bournemouth's season really is starting to collapse now, isn't it? It's such a poor result, this one, dropping down to 10th in the league, and really have some work to do if they want to get back in the race for the European spots. And yeah, it's Ipswich who raced into a 2-0 lead through Broadhead and Delap, and Van Lassen in the 6th-7th minute pulled one back, but in the end, Ipswich held out a crucial win for Ipswich. Just maybe gives them a glimmer of hope with Wolves coming up at the weekend. You never know if they win that. It's a long way back, but yeah, I guess you just never know. And moving on then to Liverpool 1, Everton 0, and yeah, Beto had a goal disallowed in the 20th minute for Everton, and then Jota in the 57th minute. Few goals for offside here. I can kind of see where it's coming from, but in the end, I'd say it probably wasn't. But yeah, Liverpool weren't at their best here. Got the win though, and you know, just building momentum. They keep on doing it, don't they? Keep on winning, churning out results under Arne Slot. He's just doing the most spectacular job, so he'll be absolutely delighted with that. But for Everton, disappointing. But you know, I think they gave a good account of themselves. Chelsea 1, Tottenham 0 was the score at Stamford Bridge in the Thursday Premier League game, and it was Enzo Fernandez in the 50th minute who gave Chelsea the lead. And yeah, after that we got a lot of VAR drama, Caicedo having a goal disallowed, Sarr having a goal disallowed, and yeah, lots of late stoppage time, but the game finished 1-0 to Chelsea. Chelsea probably just shaded the game, and yeah, lucky to get away with the win. But a big win for them, keeps them in top 4 contention. Spurs, their disappointing season continues. And yeah, well, as far as the Premier League is concerned, it's pretty much done, isn't it? Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Follow us on our socials. Link in the description below for daily football news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.